Hi guys, today is Wednesday, April 1st, and Monday I think, Brittany over at Palm Tree Bewitchery did a really cool tag called a Witch in Quarantine tag, and so I thought I'd give it a go because the questions were kind of interesting. So here is the 10 quarantine questions, and let's get into this. Number 1, the herb you have used most during quarantine. Well, for me, that would be lavender, because lavender is like my favorite scent in the whole world. It's like a warm, soothing blanket on a stormy night with the rain pounding on the tin roof. You know what I'm talking about, that feeling? That's what lavender encapsulates. So, yeah, so far it's been lavender. Okay, number 2. Favorite stone or crystal to hold your use during the quarantine? That's an easy one because it's lately all my stone, and it's labradorite, and I'm going to show you here and see if I can get the beautiful, there you could see that. Can you see how the blue shows up there? I hope the camera is getting this because it looks, on my end anyway, here, fabulous. Let's see, one more time. Nope, one more. Right there. See the blue? That's what labradorite does. This is my power stone. So, this is my go-to stone because it's power. It goes, I have some in with my tarot cards and my oracle cards. I have some in my purse in little bags. I have some in the pockets because I have a heart that a worry stone. And then I think I sent one out, so maybe I don't have the heart. I sent somebody a heart. And, but this piece stays with me. It's like in my pocket during the day. And then, and can you see that? Yeah. And then at night it's on my bedside table. So this one kind of travels with me. So yeah, labradorite. Okay. So question number 3. Have you done any spells during quarantine, and what were they? Not yet, but I'm working on a couple things because next week on the 7th is the full moon, or so I was led to believe. I have to do don't quote me on that. But I want to make a few little things, and so for that I'm going to make some rose water and a couple other little things and kind of see what I can come up with. Okay, so number 4, most listened to song, artist, or music during quarantine. Now, this is a funny story. So I'm watching the video, and I'm waiting, and Brittany gets to this question, and literally she gives her answer, and I burst out laughing because that is my song. It's like an earworm. So the band is a lady out of Australia called The Tones and I, and her song is called Dance Monkey, and oh my goodness, it's like an earworm. I like that breathy kind of, like, she reminds me of not Fiona Apple, Amy Winehouse. She's got that breathy, really cool kind of odd sound, and oh my goodness, it just does it for me. I tell you what, if you have not heard it on the radio, it's everywhere right now. But if you have not heard it, go give it a listen, because it's really like fast and upbeat, like a dance song, you know, like really dance. And it's like, oh my goodness, it gets me moving. Now I have to balance that and say, with that, I've also gone to the other end of the spectrum and come back to some like S.J. Tucker, Witch's Rune, things like that, that are slower and more mindful and more putting me in the right frame of mind for this, if that makes sense. So that would be 2. I'm going to give you 2 because I've been kind of going by turns. If I want the high energy and the vibe, then I turn on, you know, like Dance Monkey, and then like the other day I was kind of in a funk mood, and so I put on Glaston Shanty. And if you haven't heard that by S.J. Tucker, definitely go give it. It's on YouTube, so I know you can give it a listen. Okay, 5. Favorite go-to food during quarantine. Well, this is interesting to me because I've gone back to kind of like real cool comfort foods. Like the other night we had grilled cheese. And I'll tell you, well, I can't tell you the whole secret. I have a secret, and I'll tell you what, I have not yet had a person complain about my grilled cheese. But the deal is, I just have a little something that gives it that, like, bam, and kicks it up a notch. But as I was told, if I tell you, I have to kill you. So I actually haven't told anybody. The secret is safe with me behind locked lips. Okay. So to continue that, but it's more like comfort foods. I've been doing lots of real simplified, you know, we've just had things like that. So it's kind of been the way to go. Okay. So 6, how many rolls of toilet paper do you have left? That's interesting. So when I first got back from my trip, before all this started, we heard that toilet paper was getting hard to find. So my son and I live with my oldest son, and we went to Walmart, and they had 12 roll packs of some off the wall. I think it's Angel Soft. And so that's kind of, that's all we could get. So we got that. And then my son works at Fred Meyer's, and they've been really hard to find. Normally I use Quilted Northern, but it's been really, really impossible to find. And then finally somebody messaged us one morning, and his work actually had toilet paper. So I woke him up, come on, we gotta go, we gotta get toilet paper. So I have one of those 6 packs of the really big, huge, you know, super mega rolls of Quilted Northern. So 6 and maybe 5 of the others. So it's just my son and I, so we're covered. Okay, 7. How are you mentally holding up? That one, I'm going to open up about this. You all know I have some anxiety, and I've got great tools, and it's gotten a lot better in the last just under a year. I did some work, and it's gotten a lot better, but this has really hit me in certain ways, because I like to go out and do the things I do. I'm really aware of my moods and what I need, you know, what do I need right now? And so I'm kind of in the habit of, if I need to get outdoors, then I just go, or, oh, I need something from the store, and that gives me that, let's burn some energy and go out in public. And so this has been kind of hard lately. In fact, I'll give you a good illustration of it. The other day I went to Starbucks. It had been over a week, and their drive-thru is open, at least my Starbucks. And the drive-thru is open, and I went through and I got my drink. And the lady that I know real well says, oh, hey, hi. And I'm like, hey, hi. And that was really cool. And then she goes, just so you know, after tonight, we're going to close for 2 weeks. And I went, what? Wait, what? And she goes, yeah, we're going to close, and we're going to go, you know, support other stores and this and that. And I kid you not. It got to me so much that I literally started crying right in front of these people. And they're all like, oh, don't cry. And it's like, no, I'm not crying. You're crying. This is part of my anxiety. See, when I go in somewhere where I know people, the exchange of having to, because I have one of those little Starbucks cards to collect my stars, you know. And yeah, I could probably put big money on it, but I don't. So when I go in before every transaction, I usually load money on it, then I order, then they take it back off the card so I get my stars. So for me, when it's somebody that I don't know and there's this whole exchange of, you know, it's really almost awkward. So for me, it's nice where they know me and they know what to expect, and they know what I like. It makes it that much easier. So I started crying. Okay. Number 8, quarantine hobbies, or did you gain one? Okay. So just so you know, I write. And that's the other hard part is for a while I was going to Starbucks pretty regularly and writing, and that kind of became my, you know, I could put earbuds in so that I had the sounds that I wanted, but there's that busy energy and people coming and going, and so that, rather than being a distraction, it's kind of its own, like, okay, this is where you're at, and now you have to focus, so it made me focus. So we've been home now like a week and a half, a little longer, and it's been kind of hard. I'm struggling. Okay, 9, read any good books during quarantine? Yes. So I ended up in Bismarck, North Dakota on our trip, and I happened to find a Barnes & Noble by accident while looking for a Target, and this is what I found. It's called Spellcrafting, and it's by Erin Murphy Hiscock, author of The Green Witch. And that's not the one of hers I have, but I think I have one of hers. And it says, strengthen the power of your craft by creating and casting your own unique spells. And this is just, I mean, look at this. It is gorgeous. It has a really nice index. I'm just getting into it, see, so you can look it up by different, you know, things that you need to find. And so I'm just getting into it now. You know, there's a lot of books for beginners, and I'm not necessarily a beginner any longer. And so I have the basics, and I need the more like creative stuff. Like, okay, what can build me a little bit here. So once I'm done, I may review it. We'll see. Number 10, most lit incense during quarantine, and that's easy. It is a hymn one, and it is called Divine Harmony, and I hope you can see that. Yeah, it looks backwards, though. But this stuff, oh, it smells so good. It's like a really clean, fresh soap smell. And, okay, so this is going to sound a little weird. I have found with sleeping that when I ring my room without or create a circle, I'm kind of more in sacred space. And I find that I sleep much better. I know everybody with everything that's going on, I know vivid dreams are a big thing for everybody because there's a lot of shifts going right now. And in fact, it's been, yeah, even for me. So that's been a thing I started doing a little bit before that, before this pandemic hit, but it's still something that I've been doing. So if you haven't smelled that, try to see once this is done or something if you can find it, because, oh my goodness, it smells amazing. If you really can't get your hands on it and you're super curious, hit me up and maybe I'll send you a stick or two so you could try it out. I think the mail is still running. Last I knew anyway, the other day. Okay, well, that was the 10 questions. I will put Brittany's video and the link to her videos down below, so go give hers a watch, and it's open to anybody per her. I don't know if she started it or if somebody else started it. I just decided to do it, so go give hers a watch and enjoy. Thanks. Blessed be.